Yeah, I was just up at the
It's just
up in the area getting my doctor's degree from art. Oh yeah, look
nice.
at this. Yeah, whole wall.
Oh, yeah,
It's pretty easy.
I built it yesterday, I think.
The campfire I made is still there. That I made that
Yeah.
campfire when I was pitching the tent in your front yard.
I'm gonna turn off the radio. There we go. Yeah, for some reason, whenever I have like a radio equipped to my secondary, sometimes it won't allow me to use my weapons.
I've noticed that
But like,
sometimes my primary attack just gets locked sometimes. And I don't know why. And
yeah,
I don't know if it's radio related.
I think it actually is. Sorry, it is radio related, or at least for controllers.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know if it's any
yeah,
different
because
for
then you might get locked in the radio menu.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if I do exit the menu, for a while it will just not allow me to attack.
Oh damn.
It's like I just press a few buttons, just random buttons, and it will kind of allow me to do it again. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I forgot to bring
But
my
yeah, there's a
trade
bunch
boots.
of
Oh well.
yeah.
Very
Yeah, there's
nice.
a bunch of zombies in that direction. Yeah. Or, it's still kind of like weird seeing all these trees gone, but they'll be back in like a year. Oh yeah, that's right. Hang on.
Hey, I think I'm in your faction,
Oh yeah.
but not your
let's-
safe house.
I-
I think you re-safe housed it since.
Yeah. Let me add you real quick.
Oh no.
Takes a little bit more time for me to do it because
Yeah, controller.
the whole faction controller setting thing hasn't been configured for controllers yet.
Nice. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just up here visiting the people in Louisville. Probably gonna go move back to West Point because Louisville is dangerous.
Yeah, I almost died last night. I was going into one of the warehouses on the west side of the city. So I had to cut through town, and I almost got completely surrounded.
No place for a
I
pacifist
managed to
doctor.
just barely get out.
Yeah,
Um,
there's so many you can't fight them all.
yeah,
So you gotta
which
figure
is
out some
funny
other way.
compared to, yeah, it's funny compared to the last save, the last server. Um, I was able to wipe out all the zombies in the pawn shop region. And it was
Yeah.
only when I stopped like being on frequently after I got sick that they all started coming back.
Yeah, it takes a while for them to come back. It's like the last, the last game,
Oh, it definitely.
the server or the population was just being like depressed in a lot of places because people just lived there and it never respawned.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smiley. Actually, I should put this walkie-talkie on the ground so that Robert can talk to.
Oh yeah.
1 second.
Oh, actually,
I just did this.
speaking
Hold on.
of, shoot, one
Boom.
sec.
Now it'll reach
I
you
want to
too.
listen to the radio for
Oh, the automated broadcast.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of why I left West Point. Was I was afraid that the school will get overrun by zombies again. But if I stayed there, I wouldn't actually. Now that I think about it, because my presence would keep them from coming back.
Yeah. At the moment, I kind of have. How much food do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 canned foods, bunch of dried food, white beans and lentils and ramen.
Yeah, let's make some soup.
Yeah. Oh, also I have a full
I'll make some soup. You got a cooking pot? Yeah, with water even. Oh, you're prepared.
yeah. And we could probably just cook it on the either on the fireplace or just do it in the oven.
Oh yeah, look at all these beans. Yeah, we'll be feasting on beans.
Yeah, another thing I need to find is salt. No, not salt. Vinegar. And just more sugar. Because that was one thing I was going to try and do. I was going to try to jar up some potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, you don't have to worry too much about winter, actually, on the server. It doesn't last long, because, like, the Europeans keep it running 24/7.
I have some pancake mix. So we can make pancakes.
Alright, where do you cook your meals? You could probably cook it on a grill.
You can cook it on the fireplace too.
Oh, fireplace, yeah, because you have all that fuel in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a lighter.
Yeah,
We'll just grab.
Tinder. I'll get rid of this traffic for beginners book.
Yeah, I currently have 416 hours of fuel.
Yeah, and I'll split this stew in half, and we'll get 40 hunger each. That'll be real good.
Nice.
The thirst goes away when you make it into bowls. I don't know why it does that with beans.
Yeah. Oh man, if they ever add temperature configuration for weather and stuff like that in the sandbox, we should all do some kind of event where we have to prepare for, like, you know, like the whiteout challenge in the Long Dark.
Yeah, you really like Project Soundboard Winters, don't you?
Like, well, yeah. Cause what I'm doing in like a single player mode was I was doing a like a nuclear winter run, which is basically where the game starts off normal, but after a certain period of time, eventually there will be like a huge weather storm that will come in, like you know, like cryogenic winter, but the weather is also radioactive from the Project Monolith mod that adds radiation.
Yeah.
So weather will become.
Oh, you cut out.
That's in with the permanent snowfall. It's like by then you kind of have to be completely ready for that.
Yeah. So you have to like really stock up a lot and try to be able to last for a long time.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I have the evolution
Do you
mod.
actually wait out the storms when they hit with your supplies?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you ever run out of supplies? And then die.
Wait, do you hear him talking to Vets?
Oh, I'm just out of range. I can't hear them.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that's why I couldn't hear. Sorry.
Yeah, because the
was talking about
walkie-talkie's
doing
on the ground over there. This is almost done.
Okay. Yeah, Vets was talking about a Last of Us playthrough. Or doing a Last of Us run, I mean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he said that before. Here, I'll get in the range of the walkie-talkie again.
What mods do you use?
There are a few specific Last of Us mods, like one that adds the sounds, one that adds...
You don't have any bowls? I got bowls, I guess.
The one where it's like the barricaded world, I think it is.
Oh yeah, erosion.
Where erosion adds like things onto windows, barricades.
Oh, they're in my ambulance. Well,
Onto
yeah, it kind of does it over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that. It's cool.
You really don't actually need that much for a Last of Us run, but I have a few personal mods in there, like the cars, used cars, and of course.
we need two bowls.
That's a pleasure mod.
Right. Um,
You know, we could turn that walkie-talkie on too over here. I think we'd be able to talk to them.
yeah. Honestly, I don't think I.
So you can hear him and talk to him from further away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just turn down both radios so that we can talk to you in the whole house. I'll switch it back to your emergency broadcast. Don't worry.
I know you're good.
Gonna leave. We don't have any bowls in here, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that. But then again, it's all set to rare,
true.
or extremely rare.
Oh shit, that's right. I have power. I can cook now.
Well, we can eat the stew, but it'll just give us a little bit of thirst. But you have water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have some, and you can have some. It's a real good stew. I've been trying to level my cooking.
How much of it did you eat?
A quarter. We'll do
Okay.
hungry to nothing. But I mean, it's your soup. It's all of this stuff is from your kitchen, so eat as much as you want.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I have a feeling that eventually once more like customization for the zombies comes out and stuff like that, I have to imagine there will probably be some kind of Last of Us mod that like
You could just play The
starts the
Last of
zombies.
Us, you know. You don't have to try to play The Last of Us in Zomboid.
All right, smartass. Nah, we like our Last of Us in our Zomboid.
like
That's pretty fun.
Sorry,
I had
just
this
stating the
like
obvious.
really like I had this really like diverse added. It changed the infection to a fungal state, so it's like you can come across areas where the fungus will grow on the walls and doorways and stuff like that, and will force you to wear a gas mask.
Oh, nice.
And you'll find a bunch
Wait,
of like
is that a
clickers
thing?
there. No, it's just it was an idea for a mod.
Okay, no, I'm because they've already made the sounds. They've made the retextures. They added the fungus on their faces. The only thing I'm really waiting for is for the fungus, like the spores and things, the environmental bit of the Last of Us world. But that's a lot more complex to add, so I don't know if it'll actually ever happen.
It's not so
You cut
much
out.
it's complex. Like, you could do it, but nobody would play it because you would just die immediately.
Oh, I would play it. I would absolutely play it.
Like, unless you
That sounds
happen
like a
to
good
luck
plan.
into a gas mask in your first house, you know?
Yeah, I think for a good chunk of time, it would probably play out like regular Zomboid, but with sprinters. But after enough time has passed, then you would start to see areas become overgrown with fungus, forcing you to
Yeah,
wear
that's
gas
what I'm
masks.
looking for.
So
That,
it'd be
that
like
kind of
you would,
dynamicism to it.
yeah. So you'd kind of like have a certain period of time that you would have to find something, or you know, or you kind of like recognize the signs of a place that might be covered with fungus. Like there would be signs on the outside to indicate, oh, that place has a bunch of fungus inside, or fungal growth. Video back on.
I'm looking for bowls.
Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that I was doing for single player the evolution mod,
There's a zombie in here.
and the one thing I was planning is that I
Banging
have
on
28
the
days to. Oh shit, my guy's bored. One sec.
Alright, there's no bowls in here with this zombie.
But yeah, one thing I'm doing for single player is the evolution mod, and I set it so that I have 28 days to prepare before all the slow and weak shamblers turn into superhuman sprinters.
Oh, wow.
And then I think that's around the same time that I think that's the same day of peak day.
So you're a pretty big fan of the have a limited amount of time to prepare and then try to stick it out kind of play
Yep.
style.
Yeah. I don't know why, it always seems fun, like kind of having like a race against time type of thing.
There was some game It was just like that. I can't remember. I think it was called 60 Seconds. It was like Steam tried to give it to me for free.
Yeah, it's like you have 60 seconds to grab a bunch of stuff and then head into your fallout shelter before a bomb hits.
Yeah.
Another game that has
while,
a sort of race against time. Everybody's heard of 7 Days to Die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't played it in years, but
yeah, it's fun.
It's pretty good now. I played it recently co-op with a buddy of mine, and it is pretty fun. There's quite a lot to do.
Yeah, the last time I played it was on Xbox, and obviously that hasn't been updated in years because the company shut down.
No, the PC version is well more updated. It's got plenty more to do.
Yeah, there's like community support.
I played it on PlayStation.
Put a bunch of mods on it that make it more like workable, stuff like that.
7 Days have mods? Oh my god.
I think so. The last time I played it was with my buddy, and I think he had some map mod that made the world a lot bigger, so it wasn't just like one town. It was like a city with multiple towns on a big map.
Oh, nice.
Was that not how the game just is default?
I don't know.
I thought it was.
He was telling me that he did some kind of map mod to make it bigger. I don't know.
There in the game The Long Dark, there is a challenge that you can play called Whiteout, and basically it gives you 30 in-game days to prepare up to a certain amount of supplies for this one specific like gas station type of place, and you have to gather up like 200 something.
I see.
And
full library, baby.
Oh, I also have what was the books level 3 like carpentry?
Yeah, that was he's just in here.
All right. I have all the books too. I have all from beginner to master.
Yeah, I need to organize it a bit better.
I don't know why, but looking at the food in my little cabinet here, for some reason it made me think of Mandarin chicken, and now I'm hungry for Mandarin chicken.
Nice.
I haven't had Mandarin chicken in a long time.
You mention it. Now I'm hungry for Mandarin chicken.
I'm just hungry. I'm out here going house to house trying to find a bowl. Like, just looting kitchens like you would for a normal person, but I'm not killing any zombies, and it's a hell of fun. It's so different. It's just like a pure stealth run.
Yeah, like, I always love stealth in video games. It always just makes it so fun, but sometimes it's just sometimes it can be kind of difficult.
Well, it's really difficult when there's so many zombies around in this game.
Yeah. Like, stealthing is super difficult in this game.
There's just so many zombies everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, you can be, sneaking around kind of doing fine, but the moment one zombie turns around to randomly wander, they'll instantly see you.
Yeah.
And they'll start wandering towards you. Then all the other zombies will notice. Yeah. Shoot, what was it? I was just thinking of something I forgot. Oh, man. There's something I was thinking.
Give me a bowl. Give me a bowl. Just a bowl. I'm finding all kinds of food. No bowl.
I know. What's always funny is, like, even in the base, even, like, with normal loot, it's always funny when you see it's, like, you see plates in like 30 different cabinets, and then spoons are just kind of nowhere to be found.
No
Bro,
bowls.
tell me about it.
I got enough food to
And
feed
it's like-
myself for quite some time, so I'm coming back.
And it's always funny because it's like, where did they put all those? Did everybody just like steal their spoons and forks in the first couple days?
Yeah, where'd all the
Or
sledgehammers
like
go?
cars. Why are all the damn cars out of gas? And, like,
Yeah, I
parking-
know. It's like even all the parked
Like,
cars
you're
are out
telling
of
me-
gas.
This motherfucker in a fucking beat up car pulled into Spiffos with no gas and just left their car there?
Someone already siphoned the
Like,
gas.
fuck off. Nah. Or
Could've been-
because there's
well-
way too many cars that don't have gas in them. Or
Yeah,
have like
and-
1 unit of gas in them.
And it's only been 3 days. When you first started the game, it's only been 3 days since the
Yeah, exactly.
evacuation. It's like 8 days since. Hang on, let me look it up. The timeline. They kind of change it, not really change it up, but
It's not firmly established.
yeah. Oh, I said timeline. They kind of pieced it all together from all the radio broadcasts, news reports, and stuff. But yeah,
Ooh, the
so it
lore.
says. So yeah, the Knox. So it's called the Knox evacuation. Blockades are set up around the border, and those are just placed from the outer perimeter. That happens 3 days before the game starts.
So the Louisville checkpoint that's really new. That's really recent.
Yeah, the checkpoint was only set up 3 days before.
Huh.
Yeah, like it was kind of like that.
Overrun
much.
real fast.
So
yeah, overrun real fast.
everybody in Knox pretty much died over the course of 3 days.
Jesus Christ.
But at the same time, it says that the phone lines were taken down 8 days before.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna bring the ambulance over here.
Well,
Okay.
that would mean that phone lines are like that got cut intentionally as a part to prevent information from getting out,
Yeah,
stopping
'Cause
mass
this is-
panic.
yeah, because it says 8 days before the game starts, the phone lines get taken down for maintenance. But it
Yeah.
also implies that the infection, or at least the airborne strain, because like there's 2 different versions of it, the airborne strain and the fluid strain. Your character is immune to the airborne strain, but not the fluid strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you
So
set
you
them
can
to
still
be
get
also.
bitten. Yeah.
Wait, what? That's the always infected option, right?
Yeah.
it's, if it's like bites and scratches will zombify you, then that's the fluid strain. If it's however you die, like from a car crash and you turn into a zombie, that's everyone's infected.
Yeah.
That's like The Walking
oh,
Dead,
I know.
where everyone's infected and they
But-
all turn as soon as they die.
Airborne would mean you catch it just because you breathe. I think there's a
Yeah.
mod that makes it to where you are susceptible to airborne, so you have to wear a gas
Oh.
mask when you're in contact with zombies or doing shit like that.
Oh. I kind of want to look that up now because that sounds cool. I've
Sounds
always
like
wanted
you
to see
just
that.
die immediately.
Yeah, you spawn
Unless,
in and
unless
just
you live
instantly
like I am
die.
living right now with the pacifism and never
Yeah.
get in contact with a zombie.
Let's see.
Actually, now I think about it, that's a pretty good framework to make The Last of Us Spore mod. Just take that concept and sort of elaborate on it a bit more.
Yeah.
Alright, I brought a bunch of food.
Ooh, someone's making a mod called Project Mojave, which it says it's a global modification for the game in the Fallout universe. I see, as you can tell, I'm really into Fallout stuff. Oh, so they're straight up adding Fallout weapons, Fallout foods, even power armor, apparently.
Wow, that is intense.
Now we need is a
Somebody is
a
really
feral
into
ghoul
Fallout and
retexture
Project
of
Zomboid at the same
zombies.
time.
Get
Only
laser
Doom guy.
guns and zomboid. That's bonkers.
Power armor. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be crazy.
Susceptible trait. Okay, so yeah, it's called the susceptible trait. This hardcore mod adds a negative trait that makes your character one of the unlucky non-immune ones. Make sure to mask up and stay clear of Zeds.
Yeah.
If you want to feel like the least protagonist character in a zombie apocalypse, take that trait.
Yeah, it just sounds like a way to just die really fast.
Yeah, it says, with the susceptible trait, getting too close to any zombies while unmasked will put you at high risk of contracting the virus. Getting close to a single zombie will not necessarily instantly render you infected, but there will be a very high chance.
Yeah, so
Any more than one zombie in close
usually will
proximity and you're... Yeah.
So it
It
sounds
says
like
corpses shouldn't have an
it's
effect at all, but... Yeah.
if it was true, like, well, that goes for the virus. How long does it stay in the air and all that? I mean, just standing near a zombie and then catching the virus is one thing, but how did everybody in Knox County turn in, a couple days if it wasn't just in the air everywhere, right?
Yeah. I think what it was is that the airborne strain takes a lot longer to kill people. So it's like around the time that the phone lines were taken down, that's around the time that the outbreak first begins. And then about 5 to 6 days later, most of the people around the time that the evacuation started, they start dying and turning into zombies, which then starts off the game. And then around 8 to 9 days after the game starts, the infection's now confirmed everywhere, all over the world. So it would kind of make sense that, like, it takes about a week or so to kill people, at least the airborne version, but the fluid version takes the 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, and in a lot of zombie literature, or in epidemiology in general, like a virus that kills people has to kill them pretty quickly, because otherwise, or if it kills them too fast, the virus burns out and goes away. So if it has to kill them slow enough for them to actually spread it between each other before they drop dead.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing.
The airborne...
with a zombie virus, you've got multiple forms of transmission. You've got obviously the airborne, but then you can get bit, and that's another transmission vector. Every victim becomes a new transmission vector to infecting more people.
Yeah.
So there's no chance of it burning out because you constantly have transmission vectors in the form of past patients or past victims of it.
Yeah, but the zombie
Right.
violently, aggressively gets people to spread it for them, by turning them into zombies. That's what makes it different.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking at the little timeline.
Yeah,
And
I
I
should
think once
have
they-
enough food to live here for quite some time. Maybe winter will be over by the time I run out of it. Just
Yeah.
checking the houses nearby.
Yeah, but by the time I log in tomorrow, it'll be fucking January already.